Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It might be a long one, so grab yourself a cuppa. So that was an eclipse then. I've been in conscious downloads since the eclipse. There is an awful lot more that I haven't managed to capture, but what I've done is notice the web that is being woven, and I've put it all together. And I'm just going to bring the whole lot without conclusion or resolution, because what we make of it is not for me to tell you. Okay. So we have a ton of notes, and I'm just going to read through these notes. So just feel into your body and your energy system and notice what comes in for you. So the 23rd, 24th, and today have been constant downloads, which began with the eclipse last week. And onto my radar come two new teachers. One is Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye in the Marvel films. And I'm drawn to the Jeremy Renner, Diane Sawyer interview about his accident. What accident? So I learn all about this accident, and I witness this incredible, almost incomprehensible will to survive, to go beyond the limits of what we perceive as human capability in Jeremy Renner, who, in my opinion, is a real live superhuman. It's on the Disney Channel, the Diane Sawyer interview, and it inspired me beyond words. So there's teacher number one. Teacher number two, I'm tuning into safety and where safety holds us back from breaking through into ingenuity, into a pure spiritual will, pure being the key word. So I'm tuning into the word safety, and I search for a quote, and this quote comes to me. A ship in port is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. And that's written by a woman called Grace Hopper. So I go to the internet again to find out who Grace Hopper is. And this energy comes in, which is pure mind. And the downloads start. So what I've done is I've edited her biography just to headlines. And I'm going to put a ton of links in the description box if you want to follow the story and really tune in to this woman's amazing energy. She is still very much alive and present in the field. Born on December the 9th, 1906 in New York, she is an Ophiuchus. Graduated Vassar College with bachelor's degree, attended Yale, achieved master's and PhD in mathematics, began teaching at Vassar College. 1943, she resigned her position at Vassar to join the Navy. 1944, commissioned as a lieutenant junior and assigned to the Bureau of Ordnance Computation Project at Harvard University, working on the Mark I, an early prototype of the electronic computer. She coined the word bug for a malfunctioning computer. Post-World War II, became a research fellow at Harvard, and in 1949 joined the Eckert Mauchly, M-A-U-C-H-L-Y Corporation, continuing her pioneering work on computer technology. Involved in the creation of UNIVAC, the first all-electronic digital computer. Can you see what's coming in here? Invented the first computer compiler, a program that translates written instructions into codes that computers read directly. co-developed COBOL, one of the earliest standardized computer languages, delivered up to 300 computer lectures per year, predicted that computers would one day be small enough to fit on a desk, and people who were not professional programmers would be able to use them in their everyday life. 1966 attained the rank of commander. 1967 called back to active duty, assigned to the Chief of Naval Operations as Director of Navy Programming Languages Group. 1973 promoted to captain, 83 to Commodore, 85 to Rear Admiral. 1987 awarded the Defense Distinguished Service Medal, the highest decoration given to those not participating in combat. 73, Hopper named Distinguished Fellow of the British Computer Society, the first and only woman of her time to hold the title. After retirement, Hopper returned to classroom where she taught and inspired students until her death on January the 1st, 1992. By coincidence, Jeremy Renner's accident happened on New Year's Day this year. Although Hopper had many career accomplishments, she later told her biographer her greatest joy came from teaching. In 2016, Hopper was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Her body is interred at Arlington National Cemetery. So this incredible woman set my brain on fire. She is pure active intelligence. Later on, yesterday morning, I think it was yesterday, I'm given a vision where I'm delivering a workshop to a group of people and I say, what's the real challenge here? And they reply, it's that there is no solution. And I say, no, what is the real challenge here? And they reply, we don't know. So I say, the real challenge is that you are trying to find the solution in the data bank of what you already know. You need to reach beyond that into the world of the strange and unfamiliar. The current data bank of the subconscious has become extinct in the evolution of humanity and technology. It needs rewiring with ingenuity. So then I go to my cards, and a handful of cards fall out. And they are the Time Master, Wind, Air, Mind, Fire, Thunder, the Heart of the Sky, 24/6. Yesterday had the 24/6 code, the alchemical marriage, time and space. Lightning. Then I'm guided to turn the deck over and go to the underlying story. Magic. The spiral, coming in on the higher mind. This is the cosmic mind. Many paths, which will create a beautiful confusion. Soul retrieval, the reunification. The sorcerer, the crow. This is the magical feminine coming in. Water and flow. Right. I'm not going to speak too deeply into those cards. They pretty much tell the story of what's coming in. Then later on in the day, a friend told me that I haven't spoken to for years. And I have a very special connection with this friend. When we speak, when we chat, new universes just birth themselves spontaneously. It's amazing. We go right beyond the matrix and it's just amazing. And she brings onto my radar 2 books and we have this in-depth conversation and I'm channeling and all this stuff is coming out. The first book is called Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. And And it is an amazing journey through human. And an in-depth conversation happens about these two amazing books. I'll bring the other one in a minute. In terms of evolution versus devolution, and what has really evolved in the last 100 years. Is it our consciousness, or is it technology telling us our consciousness is evolving in the face of a lifestyle resembling a slow death? Maya, illusion, comes onto my radar. Maya is a Buddhist and Hindu word meaning transitory, manifold appearance of the sensible world, which obscures the undifferentiated spiritual reality from which it originates, the illusory appearance of the sensible world. And the other book is called Breath by James Nestor. And that sounds like another fascinating book about how we use our breath and how we don't use our breath fully. Then this morning, I'm in the liminal and time is on my radar. And I'm shown that time is running very fast and very slow, and both are true. I'm shown an image of oil on water and then an image of an avalanche, two separate layers of time. And as with oil and water, never the twain shall mix. So there's like this slipping landslide to do with time. It seems like the subconscious is being swept away, and this is confirmed by another message that the slow time system runs the subconscious and the super fast time runs the ingenious mind. Active intelligence coming in without subconscious filtration is creation beyond the 3D human mind. It is Brahma mind or Buddha mind, God mind. And the web continues. Then another friend sends me messages and puts the word Mara on my radar in the context of the washing away of Mara. Mara in Buddhism is a malignant celestial king who tried to stop Siddhartha achieving enlightenment by trying to seduce him with his celestial army and the vision of beautiful women who, in various legends, are often said to be Mara's daughters. Siddhartha is the path to enlightenment. Mara is the malignancy. The channeling goes on, another friend comes in, it continues, and then the top of my head turns into a jellyfish. I start talking about plasmic rainbow-filled mind and end up with a fit of uncontrollable giggles. And that's a story for another day. Okay. So we're in a huge time jump, and it seems to be bringing in spiritual will, pure mind, free from subconscious programming. This is the free state mind. So, shall we draw some cards, see where this is going? I don't know what deck to use anymore. Yeah, it's also worth mentioning that weeks ago, I did a reading with a friend of mine, and two Saturn cards came out. One was two faces facing away from each other. And the other was that. Saturn coming up as that. There is something yet to be revealed. And I think this is it. I think there are now two systems of time. One is bringing in the higher mind, the Uranus lightning mind, and the other is slipping away. It's the excision of, it's almost like the frontal cortex is just sliding away. Right, okay, let's go to these. I'm going to go to my little messenger cards. Is there anything else we need to know about this? Oh, and also yesterday was a C-class CME, coronal mass ejection. C-class is kind of a mid-range, but I noticed them because I feel everything. So all of this came in. God, it was mind fire. I couldn't sit still yesterday. My whole body was shaking with energy. I mean, it still is now. There's so much fire and mind coming through me. Yeah, talk about the symptoms, headaches, insomnia. Yeah, okay. So again, a few weeks ago, I'm standing in the kitchen. It's always near water. I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm shown a bigger picture of all these little symptoms I keep getting. And I ask my body, what is going on here? Seek your answers within. I ask my body, what is going on here? And I'm given two quite alarming words, and they are radiation sickness. So I research radiation sickness, and the symptoms are virtually identical to what the New Agers are calling 5D ascension symptoms. I prefer science, and so the science of what's going on is looking very much like radiation sickness. Right. Yeah. What else do we need to know? Okay, look at this. So as we birth the ingenious mind, we give ourselves permission to show up looking like this, which might be a multi-dimensional self. Love that you are different. And that's going to trigger all sorts of subconscious programming about belonging. Because in order to belong, we must adapt. And that is not the ingenious mind. That is not going to birth anything new. This is the trick of the evolution. So there's no evolution in being the same, to feel comfortable, safe. Ships are not built to stay in port and be safe. So it's going to wow. There's going to be some real challenges coming in. Let go of the old. I've got to say it. I nearly said it on the last video and I held back. I censored myself. But the same thing is coming in, and what I'm seeing is a collapse of the class of shiny toothed gurus. Sorry, not sorry. Because this might be coming in as an egoic peacock that shines, that turns up in that positively positive, slightly unreal, illusory, higher spiritual self. But that might be closer to the truth. But if I show up like that, I might be intimidating, so be intimidating. I found a great quote by Helena Bonham Carter. There's a woman I'd like to get drunk with. Helena Bonham Carter, who said, if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be this. If everybody else is sitting and you want to stand, stand. If everybody else is standing and you want to lie down, lie down. It's something like that. I've misquoted her, but that's the essence of what she's saying. Do you, be you in the collective. Look, it's coming in on that 24/6. The alchemical marriage, the cross of space and time. Do you remember, go back months, I was talking about the unbonding of the human from the cross of space and time, which in itself is limited. So the alchemical union is, what can it be? Space and time, spirit, mind, spirit, body, love, wisdom. My whole body is shaking. What have I learned in this? This phase of the human experience. What have I learned? What have I learned in the physical and the mental and the emotional and the spiritual? What have I learned about my passion and my drive and my fire and my expression? What have I learned? What can I let go of in order to be able to flow with my spiritual will over my egoic will? This is fool energy. The spiritual will wants to make a fool of us. So we become strong and resilient and individual. And others will judge. Deal with it. That is strength and resilience. It isn't adaptation. I very recently said to somebody, I'm waiting for the men in white coats, because as I burn down more of my 3D identity, which started with the birth of Zeta, 1212, whose authority? I wait for the men in white coats because I hear myself, and so many of the videos I make, I'm just self-triggering, just bringing up more of that limited, structured little self so that I can meet it and witness it and reintegrate it and free up that energy. It's just resource, it's just energy. Yeah, let the emotions flow, respect your boundaries. Okay. What? Okay. Let's go to archetypes and see which archetypes are going to be on the radar. Okay, okay. The speaker. So I just caught myself there. I was just about to bring in the ninth house of Sagittarius. This is way beyond astrology. So it's letting go of that structured 3D. What do I already know? It's not about that. It has to be, what the hell is this? The seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are, wherever. shadow, inability to commit to a path once found. And we tend to naturally veer on and off that spiritual path where we're living in the realm of possibility, the coalescence, the field of active intelligence, and the mind will pull us back to what we already know. So more of a wobble than a shadow. Allow the flow, catch yourself, bring yourself back. This is all about the open mind now. What comes in with the Samaritan is, again, the Marianne Williamson verses that I published the other day about when you hold your light and express your light in the world, you inadvertently give others permission to do the same. So it's not so much about having any great mission to help another. It's about coming from your core essence, no matter what. And the others around you will turn their light on and go, oh, wow, that lands. And they'll take that little parcel and they'll go in and pack it. Others will come into conflict with it and may come into conflict with you. But again, it comes back to the same challenge of getting to your core essence and believe through it. Believe, be live. Be live. Be alive in the expression of core essence. Yeah, it's a great question. Is this new? Is a great question at this time. Is this new? Wow, my whole body is going into a bow. Wow, that's strong energy. Bear with me. It's lovely. It's like what I'm seeing is like the teacher bows to the student. And all of life is a mirror. And as we meet each other, there are no accidents. There are just no accidents. See life as a mirror. All relationships flow in and out of teacher-student roles, moving roles, learning, guiding, love. This is the love wisdom energy. Enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. Well, I don't really hold with anybody being in anybody's charge. And again, it's accomplished by the expression of the light within you, no matter what, without condition. Shadow attribute is where sense of entitlement will seek praise. Okay, I'm just going to be with what is, and what is right now is the silent witness. So I notice that I've gone into silent witness. And that can be a very powerful energy to hold somebody in as we witness another, we allow them to witness their self. I don't hold with the word servant. It has too much shadow around it, but that is being in service to spirit. Yeah, it's connected to too much shadow because the shadow attribute is using lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. And the money wound is properly in the system. I'm seeing it in so many, and so many coming into willingness to work with the money wound. Money is just energy. It's about relationship to it. It's as simple as that. It's about the relationship to it. It's just energy. 1221 again. A sensitive authority. I think this one's linked to money as well. I have found during most of my observation of life that artistic expression is like dessert. And it's like that kind of post-World War II social programming that you can't have your pudding until you've eaten your greens. And so artistic creative expression tends to get put on the back burner until the work is done, until the job is done, till the deadlines are met, till the Maya is served. Underneath the Maya is that pure radiance, that lightning, creative expression. Grace Hopper is pure creative expression, active intelligence. Solar plexus. This is expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And separation is just an illusion. Shadow is all that starving artist stuff. That's the post-World War II. I'll do it when I can afford to, but that's not going to make me money. No, but the cultivation of joy creates physics. And as we cultivate joy, go back to our dolphin self, just laughing for the sake of laughing, the universe conspires. And that's what will be mirrored back to us. Interesting. Oh, yeah. This is, wow. That is the perfect description of Grace Hopper. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. This woman's essence is in every computer on the planet. That's a big statement. She's everywhere. Shadow excess piety, which in the 21st century might be translated to toxic positivity. The over-seeking, the attachment to permanent positivity. Nothing is permanent. That's normal. That's normal. All right, surrender. I want to play with some surrender cards. Okay. What can we surrender to? Because we love that one, don't we? What can we surrender to? And I'm reminded to remind you that a couple of videos ago, I was talking about 0 point and I said, be at cause, do nothing. And I think this is why. Stay in the not knowing. Okay, there's a lot. So look at these. We all have magic in us, within us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Essence, essential living. When you can identify that one point of passion that lights you up, what is that? Go back to being a child. What was that one thing that lit you up, that has never failed to light you up? For me, one of my points of passion is when I see the light go on in another. That inspires glee. It's shameless glee because they've got new toys now. They can go and play. So I hold that. I hold that glee. And this has to speak to that intimate union with the self. Again, this is 24/6. It's coming into harmony with the self. It's balancing the masculine and the feminine. This is Ophiuchus energy, is the perfectly balanced masculine and feminine. Grace Hopper is the perfectly balanced masculine and feminine. Creativity with order. Changed the world. She changed the world. So becoming intimate with the essence of who we are is to drop the ego. I'll read the words out. They're not really landing, but see how they fit with you. You're ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And this is a big one. The program of addictive behavior is brilliant. It is ingenious in itself because it keeps the mind going in the same direction. And as we heal one addiction, we transfer that constant need to another addiction, to another addiction. And when we drill down and find what's at the root, what is missing, it's to do with this. So addictions are a way to feed from without what is missing from within. So when we go within to the internal resource and mend that, feed that, cultivate that as if it were a little sapling, then we come into intimate union with ourselves. It's self-love. Look out for frustration. That might be a sign that the ego is getting in the way. The ego is wanting something that's coming from an old place, and we can get, belief is where we've got stuck. So we can flow through belief, noticing it and witnessing it. We can get stuck in a belief. I think the whole 5D thing is a belief. I don't know what everybody I've asked, what is 5D? Nobody knows. I still search for the science behind 5D. I don't know. And so when we believe in it, we can get stuck in it. And that's that point where we don't grow. Yeah. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. I think that's great advice. The breath is multidimensional. It activates so much of the energy body and the physical body all together. that elevates the mind or it can shift the mind. I think that's great advice. There's only one thing in the world you can control: self. Live in your essence, express as that, and let the rest be what it's going to be. Again, this is how we embrace difference, is we don't try and shape it and get it to adapt. Just sit in the uniqueness and the individuality of it. This is an interesting one. I love the question. When people talk about success, or they talk about success and failure, I ask them to define success, and so few people can. Because a lot of what we perceive as success is based on that. It's based on this, based on looking good. It's based on appearing good, which is a stuck belief. Is that it? Is that my only choice, to be a peacock? So, know what success is. What is success? So the card talks about being ready to experience abundance and know what your roadblocks are. Leaping into an exciting new world of possibility. Word. Okay, I don't want any of those. That. Do you know, I think I'm going to wrap it up with a cheeky abundance card. Okay. But I can't not bring you this. Surrender to trust. And trust isn't about, we often mistake trust for trusting another. But trusting another can actually be outsourcing, giving away our self-identity, our self-esteem to another. And then having another's response to that define who we are. Trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Sound advice. Take action. Be confident. It says that you have chosen the right path, but we've got to mess up to refine our process. So forget what the right path is. You've got to be able to define what is the right path. Well, the right path is in alignment with your essence. Okay, yeah, I'm ready now. Yeah, yeah. In this shift, and not all will make the shift, it's going to take courage to lose your identity. It's going to take courage to lose your sense of belief, your sense of what you trust, your sense of what you know, what you've learned. The courage to meet the loss. I was reflecting this morning on the first video I made on the other channel, on the Chrissy channel. And it was a 2-minute video called The Sorrow of a Half-Lived Life, or The Shame of a Half-Lived Life, and what I've given my energy to and what I've manifested. Because there was some deep grief coming through of what? I've been giving my energy to that program. Loss and courage. So the courage to take the steps that are shown to me. Loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's plan. The ego won't get what it wants. Life is going to look very different. We may not be able to see that now. Some of you might be able to see it. I certainly can't. I get the words freedom and chaos. Like children. Playing with this energy. That, oops, I broke it. Yeah. So guys, that's it. We are, I believe, in Mercury retrograde, and we are lining ourselves up for the Scorpio lunar eclipse. Aye, 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 aye. Anything else I need to bring through? Nope, I'm done. I'm going to leave you with my love. I'm going to thank you for being here. Welcome new subscribers. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things, click all the buttons. Send each other love. Take care. Bye-bye.